Hello everybody, and welcome to today's stream. I am getting set up. I'm Spanish YouTuber. You're late on his setup. Oh, I'm trying new setup. I'm trying to iterate all these setups on the camera. Okay, there we go. Give me a second. I'm kind of lost here. Oh, you see my watch? That's embarrassing. How embarrassing. Hazukashi. Okay, get that set there. I was supposed, in theory, I was supposed to do a, that cord out of the way. Excuse me, little cord. My kayfabe. That's fine. I was supposed to do a how do you say? Piano stream earlier, and then my friend was like, I want to play some finals, and I'm like, oh, sure, I can play one round of World Tour. And we were playing the finals, and then we did well, so we did a second one. I'm like, you know what? We rarely make it to round 3. I'll have plenty of time. And lo, we made it to round 3. Also, I forgot to hit the go live button on everything. Oh. Trying out, there's a new on Blue Sky, there's a new feature. You can say I'm live on Blue Sky, and it'll put a little live ring around your profile picture that people can click on. So if you come in from Blue Sky, do tell me that worked. It's going to take me, since I've combined 2 streams here, it's going to be there's going to be a couple rough transitions from piano practice right now to regular scale chatting, which will be in probably about 25 minutes if you want to just like skip this business and go to that. So we're gonna turn off this. We're gonna have a sip of this wine. It's Friday. I hit major financial milestones this week. We are going to go to piano practice. Woo! So the problem is I can't see my mic levels while I'm practicing. So if my mic gets quiet, just say something in chat, and then it'll take some time for it to propagate from me registering in chat to Twitch to my iPad, where I'm trying to use my iPad of watching myself live to see the chat. We can go into it later if people actually care. People probably don't care. All right, let's turn off this background music. Ba-bop, ba-bop. All right, today we are practicing Lieberstrom by Franz Liszt. Liszt. This is a 6/8 time. Oh, fuck me. This is a piece from the 19th century. I know nothing about it. I have a bookmark on it, so apparently I tried it at some point. Let me just, this mic just clearly not facing the right way. Let's get you there. Oh, you can see the mic arm. Look at that. Handcam's fun. And then I'm going to do this and hopefully not drop the mic in my face. So we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Oh, look at that. You can see my mic arm. Honestly, you know what? Honestly, I don't use those keys. And lo, you cannot see the mic arm anymore. Ha, ha, ha. The magic of modern technology. So, Lieberstrom, this is a simple piano piece, which means it's going to be kind of shitty, and it's going to not sound like the original. Good news! I'm not sure what the original was supposed to sound like. That was one of my tasks for today that I did not do. So instead, we're going to raw dog this one. Hope for the best. It is in the key of G. The key of B flat. God, I hope that's the name of the keys. I'm just calling them like, what's the most, like, the most flattedness or the most sharpedness? And that's what I'm calling the keys. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know in chat. If what I'm doing and saying is physically causing you pain, also, just let me know. So we're going to try this right hand, left hand. It's a 2-pager. There you go. My chair is off by a good like 6 inches. I realized when I was chatting with a friend earlier that the what I really wanted as a piece, wow, this is all the same note, was the Ghostbusters, bustin' makes you feel good. I wanted that as a piano piece. Because I kind of want a piece where I can at least know some lyrics to it. I like pieces with lyrics. But I don't want to bust out some of my pop music lyrics books because I'm not like... This right hand is not particularly... Not really, I'm not going for it. We're going to out the pedal, actually. Probably pop music books, like... I like some of them, but the pop music itself, like playing on the piano, just doesn't mind. And this leashed was on my... I'm not sure this particular piece, but this composer, at least, was on my friend's recommended, like, if you want to maximize your aura points while playing, which, honestly, that's what I'm here for. Oh, nope. Sorry, wrong key. That is what I'm here for. Obviously, I feel like I want to chat and not play piano, but you know what? You know what? I'm a man. I'm a fox boy who committed to doing this. So we're going to do it, by God. Oh, nope. There you go. The left hand is doing a lot more, FYI. The right hand is just like, you know what you like? You like the A key. The A key is your bread and butter. Just slam that A key. As if that is your hopeful GPA. Oh, yeah, clearly I want to chat. I'm like, let me start talking about things. I'm like, no, we're going to finish this. I really should have listened to what this was supposed to sound like, you know? That's on me. Piano practice may be shortened today due to inclement weather of me forgetting to prepare. The common refrain in these parts. All right, that was right hand. Let's lean over here. Oh, so far away. Oh, don't fall over. Don't fall over. Okay, I have a sip of wine. 4 p.m. wine o'clock, and then we're gonna go back over here. Oh, it's a big lean. It's a risky lean. Now left hand. Left hand is a lot more going for it, old lefty. What was it, piano sonata? Oh, Jesus. That's me squinting. No, that... F. A. Okay. God, I thought the note was C flat, and I was about to be mad. I was about to be mad at... For me, the concept of the note C flat is just like... wrong. Yeah. Oh, I should have listened to this. This is definitely on me. Hello, Sorry Mikau? It's me doing my daily piano practice on stream before I get into chatting, which will happen probably 10-15 minutes. I'm trying a new piece by Leashed, Lieberstrom. It is... I don't know what it's supposed to sound like, and I'm doing left-hand practice, so... You know what? That's what it is. Oh. Ugh. The stream is mostly me making sounds like that as I mix up. Also, there we go. My tracking camera is getting blocked by my old microphone. Sorry, Twitch has a delay here. I gotta look over this computer to see. All right, everything's tracking. Oh, that delay is rough. Sarumi, okay. Whew, thank you. I will say guessing how to pronounce someone's screen name is always a fun one. Oh, I lost where I was. Right here. I'm probably not supposed to be using a pedal for this. It's just, the pedal makes me feel so much more competent. My one piano playing friend is out of town. And she's using my barometer. That was the wrong key. That was, oh my God. I'm playing this chord. There we go. Oh dear Lord. Oh, this is the complications here. Sorry, Jeremy. There's a complication here. It's a I'm gonna sob lightly. I should have listened. I'm a man full of regret. I'm a fox boy full of regret here. What did I do all day? What did I do all day that caused me to mess up? So these, I'm fine with these notes. And then, oh. Is that right? I mean, the problem is like, I wish I had the sheet music on screen following along, mostly so I can have people who are smarter than me, not smarter than me, who know how to sight read better than I, could tell me of like, oh boy, goofing that up. No, like, oh, it's like a puzzle, figuring out what are the right notes to play. So it's definitely like, there we go. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about Leash so far. Listening to this would, can't rebottle that mistake. Okay, that's like the first. Oh man, sweating bolts here. When I'm playing fine, I like it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm playing piano. La 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 la. The minute I start doing badly, I'm like, I go like full body sweats. I'm just like, this is rough. This is bad. All right, I'm gonna try. Let's try the first couple measures, both hands together. This I might give this one up and call it a day. Don't give up, Fox Boy. Don't give up. Nope, it's yeah, that's right. I don't like how it sounds, but it's right. No, wait. It's Lieberstrom. It's Lieberstrom by Leashed. Here, I'm gonna show a little board here. Is that rendering? Yeah, I can do this. Oh no, the focus buttons. So this is from my easy. It's easy classical music, so it's like the simplified versions. If I was just like raw dogging something on my own accord, oh yeah, it does show Lieberstrom. That'd be different. But the problem is sometimes the notes in this book are bad. Sometimes they're bad. Like I looked up now I'm just stalling. Like I looked up some other things like Tchaikovsky's Dance Sugar Plum Fairy in a not easy classical book, and I'm just like, maybe. But then I looked at the subsequent measures. I'm just like, that's a no for me, dog. Or what other piece I got down here? I had another piece down here. Clair de Lune. I like a Clair de Lune. But I'm like, this is day 7. This is day 7 of getting back into it. after like half a decade off. So it's a lot of just like relearning how to sight read and like where all the keys are. The challenge is like when you're not good at something and it sounds bad, you're just like, why? It's not as fun. Wrong key. God damn it. Oh, whoops. Fuck me. Oh, I see what's wrong. Okay. Good news. Good news. Those were the wrong keys. See, that sounds much better. Oh, nope. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ha! Me. This looks easy. This is not easy. This is... Why is that sharp? Why is that flat? The key signature said that should be flat anyway. God, that sounds awful. Why is it? Okay, I have to be in the wrong key, right? 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 Maybe I just hate A flat. Maybe I just hate A flat, you know? Sometimes you just become your enemy forever. Like... Lieberstrom. I don't like it. I don't like it. I might abandon my boy Lieberstrom here. We're gonna abandon him. So fuck him to the ground. Sorry, Lieberstrom. Let's pick something else. Let's pick something else. For one quick little practice. A man who gives up. All right, waltz. Chopin, Nocturne, 174. 174, page 174. All right. Might just save this for later. What is sharp? A sharp? F sharp. Okay, F sharp. Oh, what the fudge? And then... See, that sounds... Actually, I can just do the pedal there. Oh! Lost where I am. I lost where I am on this super simple piece. See, like this composition feels and sounds a lot better. Ooh, that's a funny. Oh, that wasn't right. Oh, it was. Shit. Then dun, 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 dun. All right, we're gonna end there. We're gonna end there. Ugh. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I was focused on this one piece. I'm gonna call there for piano practice. We're gonna move into chatting. Sorry, leashed. Got ejected. Ejected. So I need to transition over. So we're gonna move. I'll move the iPad and turn that off. For a hot second here, I'm gonna be out of. Gonna turn this camera off because there we go. I don't want to accidentally make terrible mistakes. So it's gonna be 1 second. Hot swap here. Hot swap here. Let me go to my regular chatting screen. Oh, hop. We're gonna lose connection for a second. Oh, I should probably. There we go. Just 1 second here. I gotta move. I don't have like a turn my background music on. Chatting music. I don't have a completely dual setup for my keyboard and my desktop, so I'm still kind of like iterating how to swap things through. Get that there. Let's see if that worked. Okay, charging. Thank you, phone. Get that calibrated. YouTube Studio, looking good, looking good. Ha! There we go. I made it through. Well, I guess that was like 20 minutes. That was 20 minutes of piano practice if we ignore all the setup and technical hurdles and flipping through pages and all that. The piano's still connected. Oh, piano's off. Oh boy. Oh, I lost connection. Okay, iPhone? Okay. I started in graduate school. So I started in 2009. I started 2009. Ugh. Turn the dust a little bit there. There we go. Get my right screens up. Ha! I started 2009 with a keyboard I inherited from my brother. That was a basic like this is the keyboard you buy for a child keyboard on a super janky stand, and I got these Alfred. Like they're Alfred's Best Piano, Teach Yourself Piano, because I couldn't afford lessons. I did those off and on for like probably like a year. Didn't make much progress, didn't practice much. And then I kind of had fits and starts like every year or two, I'd give it another go. Not making progress for a while. And it wasn't until about 2015, I want to say, 2016, that I got a real big boy job that paid more than a sub minimum wage. And so I started getting piano lessons. So I went to a local music school. I got piano lessons from 2 different teachers over a year or so, year and a half, 2 years, which is a funny thing. It's a funny thing to go into piano lessons as an adult because you're just like, I'm there with my little songbook, my little songbook sitting outside this little corridors, all these little music rooms. And it's like me waiting for my lesson and then all children. Just me and a bunch of children. And it's all these like 10-year-olds who are just like killing it on like a violin or a guitar or a keyboard. And I'm just like, I could play chopsticks a little bit. I have no sense of rhythm. However, my piano teachers always says like, they're always happy to have adult students because all the adult students wanted to be there. Like every adult student who came into that piano class or any of those music lessons they were the ones paying for the lesson. So like I cared deeply about that lesson. I was paying for it. The kids were often just like their parents made them sort of thing. So I did that for a couple years. Let's say 2005, 2006, 2016. Yeah, about there. And then 2017. And then probably from like 2018, 19 to, 2025, 2026. I haven't played at all. Like I've brought this keyboard with me several moves, several times. And I'm always like, I'm going to put it here and I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice my keyboard. I'm going to take all my piano books that are super heavy with me also. I'm going to start this is the year I start practicing. I didn't for apparently, obviously about 5 years. So I effectively, long story is I've forgotten everything. Most of the muscle memory is gone. I retain about half the sight reading. I'd say I can definitely tell when things sound wrong, often not knowing what correction to put in place. Like, oh, that's a half note this way, that's a quarter note that way, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to effectively start from scratch and get back into it, with the idea being, I'm not going to say I was re-inspired by, let's say, Bocce the Rock. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to stream it this time. I'm going to do it daily. I'm going to stick with doing it daily for as long as I can. And I will stream myself doing it. Not for a, like, this is going to get engagement and content and likes, but more of a accountability thing. Like, if I know my friends might be watching me and are likely watching me during like their workday or whatever, that is way more motivation than like quietly doing it myself in the room. It's also harder to give excuses when your friends are watching. So it's a big accountability thing. I did spend about a month debating how to set up a Handcam, because I had to buy a little specialty camera mount to mount the Handcam above my keyboard without it feeling like it's about to fall down and point up at my face at a very unflattering angle that nobody wants to see. And then be like, oh my God, he looks slightly different than his avatar. So I've been trying it. My motivations for learning piano are entirely impure. My motivation is to learn piano to impress people. I'll cop to that motivation. I'm like, I want to be cool, and to be cool, all the cool people play instruments. I'm like, I want to learn to play an instrument. And I'm like, well, what instrument do I want to play? And I'm like, oh man, I really want to learn to play violin. Then I think about playing violin. I think about the lessons you need and the fact that all your neighbors will hear you playing a violin. And I'm like, piano sounds great. Keyboard sounds great. So, I mean, I do want to play piano and keyboard. I do like it. But part of me has always wanted to try like a violin as well. But I know you get like electric violins. What I really need is a friend with a violin who will let me try. But I'm quite certain that if you own a violin, you probably should not let me touch that violin. I don't know how, but I will do something to it that will make it forever out of tune. So it's a while now. It's a while. Off and on. We're back on the on stage. It's like a lot of these, honestly, like a lot of my hobbies come in seasons. Like I get back into something and I do it for a couple months and then I drop back out and I do something else for a couple months. It applies for types of video games. Reading goes in and out of phases. Watching anime goes in and out of phases. Wanting to travel or photography goes in and out of phases. And it's something that, like, when I was younger, caused me a lot of disquiet. Kind of like, how can I say this is my hobby if I am not like passionately wanting to do it all the time? And as I got older, I realized you don't have to have like mono focus, laser focus on one hobby to like enjoy it. So I've come to terms in that regard. Like game dev is another one where I'm like, I go in phases of really wanting to do it, and then I'm like, I haven't touched it in 6 months, 12 months, or what have you. But I'm trying to use streaming as a platform to force myself into kind of some of the habits again. The one hobby I have continued doing for a long time now is like streaming's been going for like 2 years solid. And that's like one of my biggest streaks for committing to a hobby, probably outside of video games. I think I had a good streak with Genshin for a while. I've been doing a lot of finals right now. And other things don't count, like exercise or cooking. I'm like, they're things I do, but are they hobbies or are they me trying to stay alive? Exactly. And often when I look at my hobbies, and this is like, I recommend it to everybody for any hobby or activity, is every now and then take a step back and be like, am I still enjoying this? Do I still like this? Which is what I've done that for a couple hobbies, a couple games. Sometimes you get people who get like mono focus of just like, I've got 3,000 hours in Overwatch, and you're just like, do you like it? Probably the one recent example for me is Genshin Impact. Like for a hot second there, I was playing Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero all at the same time. And I had this moment of like, am I enjoying playing these right now? And then I kind of dropped all three of them for a bit. And for a bit, I mean, an entire year. But I'm trying to get back into Genshin a little bit. I'll wait a bit. I'll probably never stream Genshin. But there are parts that I enjoy. Okay, there's parts of the games that I enjoy, and for some of them, like Genshin, I've committed like 5 years into the story, so I'm like, I want to see how the story finishes. I like the characters and I love the character designs and a lot of it, but there are some fundamental aspects of the gameplay loops and their method of storytelling that just really grates my gears. I went on like a long rant earlier this week with the friends about this. And it's part of it's the quest design. But open world exploration, I still enjoy the Genshin open world exploration. I lost it at the power creep of Star Rail, and I was enjoying a lot of these, but I think there was like a streak of characters I didn't want on the banners for Zenless Zone Zero, and that kind of like put me off a little bit. Star Rail, I stopped with what's it called? The Greek Roman place. Killed my interest in that game. 100% just like tanked my interest. And then Natlan and Genshin just absolutely killed my interest. And I'm coming back for Nod Cry. But sometimes if I have to do one more goddamn quest that's like, oh, and turns out there's this other secret evil that is sealed away, and now their evil starting to leak out, and we got to find the MacGuffin to serve them. Like, buddy, I don't care about your problems. I'm just trying to pass through to pick some flowers, because I'm here to pick flowers and collect things. So I want to have an open world game. But the same thing, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, any of these kind of like live service RPGs, every now and then I take a pause and I'm just like, am I having fun here? And sometimes the answer is no, and I just don't play it. I've churned out of a lot of games. When I was younger, when I was younger, 5 years ago, I'd say or more, I had a real hard time putting a game down. Like, I think because when I grew up, I was saving like my $5 a week allowance, $10 a week allowance for my parents for doing chores to buy one Super Nintendo game every like 4 months. And so like when I bought a game when I was a kid, like I committed to that game. Like you were playing that game until you finished it and you were like done everything you can. And so like that burned deep into my psyche. And I'm almost shaking it now where I'm just like, am I enjoying this game? And so I've gotten much better at dropping games, especially popular games. And I think there's a there's a core in my heart that's a hater. And dropping popular games that everyone loves because I don't like it, just warms the cockles of my dark hater heart. And I'm like, let me tell you why I don't love I hate your favorite game. Ah, that's me earlier this year with Expedition 33 and Silksong. Not games didn't work for me, and I would love telling people how I don't like their popular game. I don't try to do it too much though. I don't want to be like, I'd rather talk about things I love and things that I enjoy, but man, sometimes I'm a hater. Yeah, no, Expedition 33, on paper, Expedition 33 should have been my favorite game of the year. Like, it had so many like check marks, and like it had everything I should want in a game, right? Like, and I started it and I was mostly on board. But the two things killed Expedition 33 for me. And they're almost irredeemable things. One, I hated the main character. Gustav, he rubbed me the wrong way, did not care for him one bit. Second one, I hated the parry system. The combat, everything about the combat except the parry dodge system, I was on board for. And I'm like, I was playing, I'm like, I don't like the main character, and I don't like the game mechanics. What am I doing here? You know? And then people are like, oh, it's a deep emotional story. And I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it, my guys. So I've learned to let things go until they come up and I can just be an absolute hater. Cause it's kind of fun to be a hater. That's what they don't tell you. But you gotta be positive sometime. Like Baldur's Gate 3, enjoying Baldur's Gate 3. I think somebody asked what other games I'm playing. And I saw someone do. I saw it was like one of these like Steam backlog type websites where they list all the games they want to stream. And I'm like, that's a great idea. But by a third-party website, I mean a text document on my computer. So the two games I'm really excited for after Baldur's Gate 3 is, one is called Dread Delusion, which is kind of like a Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls-esque low poly game. And the other one's called Tower of Mask, which is a dungeon crawler a la, oh shit, what's it called? It was super great. It came out like 10 years ago. Oh, what is it called? Steam, you're failing me on the similar games. Legend of Grimrock. Ha! I got there. I remembered it. My memory's not failing me. And Cult of Lamb, I'm excited to play once I finish Baldur's Gate 3. The other one I want to kind of play, I'm thinking about this. Part of me always wants to go back to Minecraft. Like, there's something about it that always kind of like in the back of my head draws me back to wanting to play Minecraft. And I'm like, do I want to try streaming Minecraft? Like, I set up a home, okay, I'll admit it. I set up a home server. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what if I start a Minecraft server and I see if any of my friends want to play? And then I stream playing on the Minecraft server. And then I'm like, with what time? What time, Sanish? And I'm just like, why do you got to bring up that part? Yeah, I remember seeing Cult of Lamb when it came out. I'm like, oh, it's just kind of fun. And I kind of put it out in my mind. One of my really close friend just finished it and he was telling me how great it was. And then it was on sale. I'm like, I do love a good sale. So Cult of Lamb is up there. But I have like all these games I want to stream, but then I have to like work my job. Oh, I don't have to work my job. I should work my job. And then I'm like, because the one thing I don't want to do is do like long 2-hour streams during work hours, 3-hour streams during work hours. I mean, I want to, but I do still need to keep up some appearances in my job so I don't get, well, you know what? I'll be honest. I'm not worried about getting fired. I'm not worried about getting laid off. I just don't want to have to talk to my manager about it. I think that's what it is. Like, can we just like, I don't want the awkward conversation of a performance review. I'm like, they'll be, oh, we need you to start doing these things, or like do this, or your availability. I'm just like, look, guys, I don't care. I don't care. Just fire me or don't. Let's not like pretend otherwise. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to see how close I can get to doing the minimal work possible without getting fired. Or I'm not getting fired, without getting in trouble. I think that's key. But my company is getting purchased by some real shitty private equity companies, so I have stopped caring. Kind of really freeing in some ways. You're like, oh no, but what about... And you're like, wait, shitty private equity? Meh. I don't care about them as people. I don't care if I just maximize my personal shareholder value. What notes do I have here? I did no prep. So we're gonna drink some more wine here. Think about what I was gonna talk about. What are we talking about? My little notey pad. I did my I talked about this before. I probably don't need to preface, like I talked about this before, because if someone's watched all my chatting VODs, great. If not, context is pretty easy. If anyone's going back in the time to watch any of my chatting VODs, please don't tell me. When I lie awake at night and I'm like, what did I say on stream today? And I think about it too deeply, I just like sometimes start cringing a little bit inside. Especially when I obliquely reference talk about any of my friends, and then they say they're watching the VOD. I'm like, oh no, I was talking about them. Oh no, they're gonna come back and be like, what did you say about me here? And I'm like, ha 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 ha. So one thing I've been doing for 6 months now, is I started doing laser hair removal. And this is something I started it because I was on the fence. I was on the fence for a while, and all my friends who got it said that like they don't, like everyone was like, no one regretted it. Zero regrets for laser hair removal. But, and this is what I'm gonna pitch any, this is for the fellas out there. The first area I got done was there is the part of, for me, there's the area of the neck, essentially above, like right below the beard line. Now I realized it's a pain in the ass to shave, and I never wanted. Like if I grow a beard out, I don't want hair there. If I'm clean shaven, I don't want hair there. So I'm like, I could just body mod, laser-based body modification, zap everything off. Feels better, feels great. Highly recommend thinking about it. It's a great decision. But I went in, well, to roll back. I had an appointment to a place that's walking distance from where I live last week. It got canceled 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. It got canceled because the laser got sick, and they need a laser doctor to come in to help the sick laser. Poor little sick laser. So they called to reschedule. Like, we can reschedule for next week. I'm like, great, we'll reschedule for next week. And like, oh, your normal person's out, so we're gonna do this new person. I'm like, great, we do a new person, no laser hair removal. It's fine, no problem. And they called me again, like, okay, look, laser's still sick. Could you come to our other location across town? I'm like, no worries. I don't like driving my car. I'd rather walk. But my car battery has been dead for about 6 months now. Now, not dead as in it's not starting. Dead as in like the whole car shuts down, which if you have a modern car, and by modern, I mean my car's 10 years old. If you have a 10-year-old car or newer, if the battery fully dies, all the systems get reinitialized, and you can't open your trunk. You can't unlock the door without using the emergency spare key system. So I've been struggling with this for 6 months, and I've been playing with my friends for a while. And my friends are like, Sanish, you need a new car battery. And I'm like, no. It just needs a little charge. I just need to take my car for little walkies to charge up the battery, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And so it died. I jumped it. I drive it a bit. Next day it works fine. I'm like, problem solved. Battery charged. Then I don't drive it for 2 weeks. I go to my parking garage. It doesn't start. I have to jump it again. Then I drive it around again. Or actually, you know what happens is I jump it, but I'm going somewhere on time, like I'm meeting a friend. So I don't have time to drive it around to charge it because I'm driving like 10 minutes. So I drive to my friend for coffee or whatever, park it, go have a lovely time with my friends, get back to my car, need to jump it again, then drive for 20 minutes to charge it back up, go home, don't drive it for 2 weeks. I've been repeating this for like 3-4 months now. So yesterday, I'm like, great, this will give me a chance to charge my car battery up, drive across town. I'm like, but you know what? I'm gonna give myself 10 extra minutes because I don't trust my car. So I go down yesterday, getting ready to get getting lasered. Car doesn't start. I'm like, look who buffered in time correctly. So I had to jump my car. Then I got real good at jumping my car. Though I will say, I have a little jumper box thing for my car. The manual does say, don't jump the same battery more than 3 times. And I'm looking at my car battery. I'm looking at this manual. I'm looking at my car battery. And I'm like, good sir, I have jumped you 24 times. And you're 10 years old. This poor battery is just like trying to die. It's been trying to die, and I'm just like using defib paddles on it to bring it back for one last jaunt into the sunset. So suffice to say, tomorrow I'm taking my car in to get a new battery to end this saga of me complaining about this constantly. So I had that happen. I drove laser hair removal. Now, previously I got a new area done, and I realized going into this session that like this is the most I've been perceived by another human being in several years, has been this laser hair technician. Like, it just hit me real deep. I'm just like going in. I'm like, essentially, I'm like just wearing a little towel. You're just wearing a little towel, and I'm like, this is more perception than I've had in quite some time. And frankly, I'm not sure I like it. And then they start zapping with laser and it starts hurting like hell, and you forget about that problem. But it's a journey. It's a journey of laser hair removal. But the results, I have been liking the results. Hopefully the old battery, hopefully Pet Boys will take this battery and give it a nice retirement home somewhere, or huck it into Puget Sound. I don't really, well, please don't huck it into Puget Sound, but who knows what happens to old car batteries. I assume they go to car battery heaven, to a farm upstate where they can leak battery acid amid all the other pets that have gone. But I need new battery. I've stalled it so long. And then I read, I'm like, I looked into buying one. I got a Costco membership for the first time in a long time. Going to go with some friends next weekend as a fun friend out. When you're in your 30s, going to Costco as a friend group is a fun outing. Don't judge me. I'm like, I'll get a battery at Costco. And I found out Costco doesn't install your car batteries. And everyone's like, oh man, you can just like install the car battery yourself in the parking lot. And I'm like, looking at myself, looking at that statement, looking at myself. I'm like, this Fox boy does not change car batteries. This Fox boy doesn't have the tools to change car batteries. That sounds dirty. I'll probably hurt my hands. I'll probably scrape my knuckle somewhere. I'll probably bleed. No, I'm not going to install my own car battery. So I'm going to like a Pet Boys and I'm doing a free car battery installation for like 20 minutes or whatever. I'm just like, please do this for me. I'm always on the verge of just getting rid of my car. It's my trials and tribulations. Like I realistically only need it like once a month, maybe. And then I look at like the cost of the car and registering it and upkeep and oil changes is like probably $2,000 a year. If I'm guesstimating based on last year. And I'm like, how much are Ubers instead for those times? Right? Can I just Uber instead? But then I'm like, when I want a car is if I'm like driving to Canada or driving to Leavenworth, or driving to like Walla Walla or something, which is too far, way too far to Uber. And I don't always want to be a mooch. Welcome back. And I don't want to be a mooch on my friends constantly. So I'm like, I need to maintain a car. I hate it. I don't hate it. My car's fine. I have some anime stickers on it to make it feel better. But I'm like, I'm not a car person. I really just like, I honestly looked into like, what about just like renting a car for those like once or twice a year things? But I'm like, that's like take a bus to downtown Seattle to rent a car. I'm just like, I'm not a very mechanically inclined individual. Tech, electronics gear, audio systems, great, perfectly fine. Vehicles, no. Not for, it almost was. I almost was almost got big into cycling. That was almost one of my core hobbies when they give you when you're picking your class of like, what hobbies do you want in college? I almost picked cycling. Then I had a bad accident and that kind of put the kibosh on that whole thing. I sold that bike to a nice young man who seemed to appreciate a nice road bike. So good for him. Good for him. I am built emotionally and physically for streaming. That's the true career I was built for. One day I can quit my corporate job and stream full time and not make money. There's no plans to make money here because it sounds hard. It sounds hard. Have you ever like thought about going to content creation? Like that shit's, it's really, 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 really difficult. It's difficult to do it as a full-time job and expect to make enough money to live off of. My only hope is that like, if in a year I could make enough money off of streaming to like commission one art piece a month, that would be so great. But I'm not even to the point to I can't even monetize if I want. So it's like, meh. This is a hobby. It's done for fun. And I use these chatting sessions as a vlog instead of going to therapy. Nice little self-diagnosis of everything. Not a problem at all. It's too late for me. I know my problems. Probably every now and then I have like a friend who's like, have you considered going to therapy? I'm like, I have chatting streams. It's good enough. That's good enough, right? They're just personality quirks. It's okay. I plan to be single forever. It's going to work out. It's going to work out fine. Let's see. Oh, that's from, I'm looking at my notes here. I did that before. Let me cross these things off. I'll be able to talk about that. I've set up a home lab, like a home mini PC server, and I've gotten it set up for hosting a tabletop RPG game I'm going to host in a couple months. And I got it all set up and it's all working. And now I'm at the stage of figuring out what else I want to do with it. Like, do I want a home media server? Do I want a home file server? And honestly, I don't think I do. It's one of those things where you look at this, like other friends are into it and you look at these hobbies like, oh man, it's like a cool hobby I want to get into. It might be fun. And I think about it, I'm like, the minute tech doesn't work and like I have to do something like with Linux permissions, I'm just like, I'm fine. All right, I got those two topics. I'm not sure how long. I'm not going to set a flag for myself. Say, oh, this is going to be a short session. And like 4 hours later, I think I did a chatting stream on like Sunday. One second here. What did I do? What have I been doing? That's Friday. Ugh. A lot of work. Oh, that was it. That was my exciting stuff. I camera thing. Blah, 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 blah. Blue Sky Live now. Oh, I've got that Blue Sky Live now thing. Okay. Hug that down. One thing I thought about doing for a while is like a personal finance stream, or go over like personal finance stuff, because I think it's super neat and super interesting and super helpful. And I wish I learned about it like 10 years before I did. But my big milestone this week is I paid off the mortgage on my condo. And I'm just like, I'm now free of a mortgage. I'm free of debt. And it's like, it feels good, man. It feels good. One less thing to worry about, one less thing to think about. Also, that's why I'm less worried about getting fired from my job. But it required and this is something I've noticed, and to this day, is like buying something off a sketchy website, fine, full confidence. Sending money between banks is the most terrifying experience I've known. Like saying, hey, Bank A, my account at Bank A, send money to account of my own and Bank B. Terrifying, a terrifying experience. Doing wire transfers, it's like taking a step back into the 80s. Because it's like, oh, if you set up as a wire transfer, we take all the wire transfer requests for the day and we print them out and we bundle them in paper and then we fax them. We fax them to their destinations, and at 3 p.m. every day, and at 3 p.m. those destinations receive all those faxes and sort them out and then move the money from the banks. I'm like, what? It is the year of our Lord 2026. Why is this not just like some automated system? Terrifying. The whole banking institute is one of those things where if I think about money too deeply and banks and what it means, I just get deep existential dread that it all is meaningless. And then I'm like, but I want to buy my wine at the store and buy my VTuber models. But I hit my milestones. I mean, I've been dithering about this for like 6 months. And there is this is a personal flaw of mine, a personal flaw of trying to overanalyze and think about and run through scenarios for any sort of purchase, any sort of thing involving money. Like buying this Handcam, doohickey. I opened so many tabs for so many different products and like measuring tapes out, reading reviews, thinking about it for like several weeks. And I'm like, realistically, why was I doing that? Why was I doing that? Unnecessary. But drop my pen. But this one was one of just like, this decision may not be the best in terms of optimizing finances, but it makes me feel better. And so here we are, mortgage debt-free. Ugh. I think nothing makes a millennial more terrified than, or anyone more terrified than debt. I just hate it. I just hate it so much. Also, if you have a 7% interest rate on a loan, doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. But it's fine. I'm gonna now. Hopefully, nothing goes wrong with my condo that I now fully own. The pain of it. All right. Some of these viewer count things are right. I've lost YouTube viewers. Oh no. I run out of topics in Steam so fast. This is what happens honestly, this is what happens when I don't prepare. When I don't prepare at all. Car battery died. Can't believe car battery died. I'll be honest. Some of my thoughts are like, what is the worst, like, what is the worst case scenario versus best case scenario for paying off my mortgage? And I'm like, what if I pay off my mortgage and my condo slides into the Puget Sound? It's like the 10.0 big one hits and my condo building jumps its foundations and just slides right into Puget Sound. And I'm like, regardless of what happens, I don't get like out of the mortgage, right? Like a bank's not like, oh man, sorry, bro. That sounds bad. You know, we're going to forgive that loan. Like, you still owe the money. I still owe the money regardless of whether my condo slides into the sea. So it was, right? It's like, no matter what happens, like I still owe the bank. Not anymore, suckers. Also, I feel a little vindictive because I got my mortgage with one company, and like 2 days into owning my condo, they sold my mortgage to another company. And then 3 weeks into that company owning my mortgage, they sold it to another company. So I'm kind of like, fuck you guys. I'm going to pay it off. You get nothing, idiots. So part of me was deeply just hateful. It came from a place of hate, not love. I'm like, if you want to try to make money off this mortgage, you can just go, you can jump in the Puget Sound. Okay, you can get eaten by an orca. Have an orca attack your yacht. Dickweeds. But it's, so I'm like, what's the worst case? Best case is that, okay, the other worst case is like I lose my job and the stock market tanks, in which case I'm better off not having to pay a mortgage every month, you know, right? Cut those expenses down. Or if the stock market explodes and does super, super well, and I'm like, oh, that money should have been kept in the stock market. I'm like, I didn't put all my money into this. I might, like, my 401k still exists. Like that's still, my retirement accounts are still happy and fine. So if the stock market explodes, those will do just great. So I'm essentially losing out on like absolutely optimized returns in exchange for peace of mind and reducing the worst case scenarios. Now, keep in mind, I still owe about $1,000 a month in HOA and property taxes. Ha ha, ho ho, that's never going away. It's gonna be there forever. In fact, that's probably going up. That's one of the things that you don't think about. You're like, oh, I got this mortgage, and you're just like, technically you also got your property taxes, and you typically got your insurance on top of that, loser. I mean, the problem is like, I have one friend who, I have some friends who do like play the stock market, like day trading, like they're investing money in like these low stocks, hoping they like Wall Street bet style. And like, I don't have that in me. I don't have that in me. I'm not sure I'm too old. I'm too risk averse, but I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I thought about it, but I can't do it. And it's worked. It's served me well so far for the 10 years of my career. Not forever. Oh, Escaloni, thank you for following. Oh my God, that's it. That alert's right on top of my head. Okay. Where the hell? Okay, alerts. Oh, they're on another page. That was right on my forehead, right? We all saw that alert came out my forehead. Okay, so it's right here. It's right here. Let's see, that's a better place. Okay, I move my alerts on this particular screen. Hopefully it works. This brings out the interesting. This actually circles back perfectly, dovetails perfectly in one thing I want to talk about. Drink some more wine. Always drink some more wine. You know, I think what I like about 4 p.m. chatting streams, it gives me an excuse to drink some wine at 4 p.m. It's a great way to end the work week, especially going to a 3-day weekend. Ah, delightful. I'm dying. So that's your wine drinking ASMR. Hope you enjoyed it. Never happen again. I saw an interesting article, and it's funny, like, I sound like a boomer. It's written about Gen Z, I want to say, but applies anyway, the phenomena. I thought it was a good title. It was called, essentially, it's called the Talent Bermuda Triangle. And it was talking about how the concept is you had all these like really smart straight A or A minus in some of our cases, students who are like in hard sciences or engineering or math or like really any discipline. And they were like straight A students. They were super ambitious. They had all this talent and drive to like achieve things, and how all of these people got lost because they joined big tech firms or big finance firms, and how none of these people are taking and going to start making new products, making new companies, starting, doing good things for the world. They're all going to like Goldman Sachs or Google or Amazon. And they're all saying like, I'm going to go join these tech companies out of college or graduate school and make money. And then once I make money, then I'll go do the job that is like, I want to do effectively, right? Like I'm going to spend a couple of years at Amazon, a couple of years at Morgan Stanley. And then I'm going to go do environmental law, or I'm going to do a startup to help this thing. I'm going to do this creative endeavor. I'm going to carve chainsaw bears in the Olympic Peninsula, my true dream passion. But first I'm going to make money. Then everyone gets stuck in it's funny to read this article about Gen Z, because I feel it definitely happened to a subset of millennials. Not all millennials, not most millennials, but a subset of millennials. Of like, I'm going to go into these big tech, soulless tech corporations, and you get trapped in like these cycles of lifestyle inflation and I'm going to hit the next milestone, the next vesting period, my next bonus, the next promotion. And like you do that for a long time and then never do what you really want to do. And you've kind of like spent all the hours of your life at working for a shitty corporation just to make money. And like, I read this article about Gen Z. And I was reading this article by Gen Z. I'm like, God damn it. This is what I did. I was in, let's go into deep Spanish lore. I was in graduate school in like, so in 2008, for those new, the economy crashed in 2008. FYI, if you missed it, I've not, sorry, launched my pen cap. I've not seen The Dragon Prince. The name tickles the back of my head. Wasn't that like a Netflix on and Dragon Prince? Yeah, that's like a Netflix. Oh, I don't have Netflix. That's the problem. Not map. So 2008, the economy crashed. It crashed real bad. I, Sanish, was a junior in college. Young Sanish, junior in college. I was studying abroad in Scotland at the time. Did I mention I studied abroad? Economy crashed. Housing market tumbled to imploded. And the question of like, what do you do? Like for jobs, whatever. So I went to graduate school because a friend offhandedly asked me what I was doing for graduate school. And I'm like, graduate what now? I did not think about my job or career or anything beyond the next quarter or the next semester of classes. So I applied to graduate school, and then I heard that in physics PhDs, geophysics, math, some other, most sciences and some engineering disciplines, if you get accepted into a PhD program, they'll guarantee you a job for 5 years. So 5 years of the program, you're guaranteed a job. In 2008, that sounded like the sweetest deal I could have heard of. Like by far the best hand you could be dealt. So I signed up. I did the GSAT, GMS, GSM, the SATs of grad school. I took the test. I applied. I got accepted. I got accepted to a geophysics program, and because like 5 years guaranteed employment when the whole economy crashed. Fantastic. So that was my mindset going to graduate school, and it wasn't my passion. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed my time in grad school. I had a real fun time in grad school. I did not have a passion for my research or my topic. It was interesting. It was neat, I guess, but it wasn't like, I want to make this my life. So at the end of it, this will come around. Let's come around to the article in a second. Coming at the end of it, probably my fourth year, I want to say, my friend in the math department got a job at Google. So this has been 2013. He got a job offer from Google. At this time, I was getting paid all of $18,500 per year. That was my salary in graduate school for 5 years, right? Not much. It wasn't very much. That is for living in a major urban city, one of the highest, like top 10 highest cost of living cities. Not great. Not a great salary to get by on. Let me tell you. Did it somehow. I'm not going to think about how I almost got scurvy. I ate pretty much pasta every day for 5 years as my main meal. And $18,500. He got a job at Google. I found out his opening salary at Google was $125,000 a year. When you're making $18,000 a year, the thought that you could go from $18,000 a year to $125,000 a year in one jump was just like mind-boggling. And I was like, I had that number in my head, in my little foxy head. I had that number in the idea, and I'm like, okay. My other option is to stick with academia, right? Stick with research, get a job at another university, get like a tenure track professor at another university, continue doing research. By this point, I had like 3 or 4 published papers. I'm now currently, I think I'm at like 1,500 citations on papers I've written, which isn't like amazing, but it's nothing to sneeze at. And I continue the research, go to National Lab, go to Los Alamos, go a couple places. But the 2 things I ran into, the 3 things I ran into. One, I'm like, what is the salary of a tenure professor? The state I'm in, Washington, I guess. We don't need to be coy here. You can look up the salary of any public employee, including those at different universities, different state universities. So I looked at what my advisor made at the kind of like end of his career. And it was like, top of your career, he was making, this is like 30 years in, right? 40 years into this career. He was making like $165,000. And I was looking at that. I was looking at my friend just starting entry-level job at Google at $125,000. And I was looking at what postdocs paid. So I got a postdoc. It was going to pay like $38,000 a year. And I was like, do I want to stay in academia? Do I want to keep doing research? So I did exactly what this article about the Bermuda talent trap or whatever called talent Bermuda Triangle. And I'm like, I'm jumping ship. I'm jumping ship from academia. I'm going into tech. I'm going to tech because that pay difference. So it's like, it's so big. It's so big. So I did exactly this. So reading this article is like reading a reflection of my life. So in like 2014, I jumped into tech. And I've been there for 12 years now. Look at me. But I look back at it and I'm like, I've had some impact. I've done some good things. I've done some things to help players and a couple of video games I've worked on. I've done some things to help some players, but overall, I look at my career. I'm just like, I've done shit all to help anybody. I got paid money. I guess that's nice. But I'm like, I would have probably been happier to look back on like a career in academia, but also I would be like, I would have to move to some like shitty place like Alabama. I would have had to like leave all my friends. I wouldn't have any of my current friends at all, which is a terrifying thought because I love all my friends. I would have moved several times. I probably wouldn't work to the bone. I would have no hobbies. I wouldn't be VTubing. Oh, terrifying thought. But now I'm at the point of just like, I'm emotionally ready to leave my corporate job and just do like creative endeavors. The question is, am I financially ready to do that? the money part getting in the way again, right? You're just like, oh, I want to do something creative and fun and like fulfilling. And then you look at what it might pay. And then you look at what you can get paid doing a shitty job in a corporate job at the like decade and a half into a career. And you're just like, ah, man. This is tough. This is a tough decision. Tough in a like, oh, my life is so hard. Oh, I get just paid too much money. Oh, it's so hard being me. I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for any empathy. Oh, empathy would be nice. I'm not looking for pity though. This is all like first Foxboy problem. But reading an article about it, interesting. It's interesting that it's happening more to Gen Z. Probably because there are more high-paying jobs for Gen Z entering the workforce than there were for millennials. For millennials, you're just like, haha, enjoy graduating in 2009, loser. Enjoy working at Carl's Jr. until maybe you can become a shift manager, idiot. Something came up the other day. I forget the context. One of my friends was talking about dating. Someone was talking about dating, and the idea about I'll get into that in a second. One of the it was on stream. Someone mentioned like, oh, you can like then look to date like a 21-year-old or 22-year-old, and I had a deep visceral negative reaction to that. Like, age gap aside, which is a deep problem, age gap aside, the idea of dating somebody who is earlier in their career and like going through the early career, what do I want to do with my life, entry-level job, going through that whole thing again, I'm just like, I've done it for myself. I've done it for several exes. I'm not doing that one again. No. Rarely do I get hit so viscerally by like a strong negative reaction to something, and that was one of them, of just helping someone go through early career is a very supportive and valuable thing to do if you're someone's partner, if you're someone's husband, someone's wife, someone's long-term life partner. But I'm just like, right now I cannot do that again. I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience for it. Like, my solutions, I'm senior enough in my career that my solutions are essentially always go nuclear, always go scorched earth, burn every bridge, and politically sink them so they never cause you problems again. But if someone's like starting out as a junior, you can't do that. You can't go to the vice president of the company being like, look at this bozo, right? You can, but you just like, you'll get fired for it. So why did I decide to VTube? That is what a great question. What a wonderful question. I decided to VTube because, you know what? I think it's twofold, several reasons. One, there was a time when this would have been hard. Roll back with me. We're in 2018. Sorry, wrong breakup. Roll back, wrong relationship ending. We're in 2024. 2023? I started 2 years ago. 2024. 2023, I had a long-term relationship ended. So I've been dating someone for 5 years or so. We owned a house together. It was all going fine. And then about 5 years into the relationship, we broke up. It was fine. It wasn't a hostile, acrimonious breakup. We've seen each other since then. But it was deeply our interests, our hobbies, and who we are as people had changed over those 5 years, right? We started dating, pandemic hit. You change as people. Like, I was coming out of a divorce. She was coming out of a divorce. We both kind of bonded, you could say, over that. Got into a relationship. It was all good. It was all happy. Moved in together. COVID hit. Bought a house together out of COVID. She got into K-pop. I didn't get into K-pop. Tale as old as time. A tale as old as time. She said maybe she wants to date women. I was not a woman. Part of the problem. And So coming out of that, like right around that time, I discovered VTubers. I discovered VTubing at the time. I didn't really know about it. I never really watched streamers leading up to that. It was like 2023, 2022-ish. And so I was watching through that breakup, through that process. I was watching one or two VTubers a lot, and they kind of like having that consistency of a streamer as kind of like, it's a little bit parasocial, but someone in your life. Even if it's like just a chatting stream, or them playing Minecraft, or them like collabing with their friends. That helped me through like a pretty rough patch for me. And as I was getting like on the upswing of like getting my everything back back together, rebuilding my life, who I am, who I wanted to be, blah, 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 blah. All that sort of stuff you do after a long-term breakup. Two of them graduated. Two of them went offline. One quit the VTuber agency they were in and went offline. Second one also quit that same VTuber agency due to a personal problems, not personal, sensitive topics we're not going to get into. And so suddenly they were gone. They were gone. These two people who I've been watching and kind of helped me through this tough time, as I was coming out of it, graduated. And I was devastated. Went through like some actual grief from it. Not like because like, oh, like they knew who I was sort of thing, but just like when a creator you enjoy stops for whatever reason, it's like there's grief associated with it. Like when Terry Pratchett passed away, that was like, for me, a deep moment of grief of losing someone who's been with you for a long time, whose creative works you've enjoyed through long phases of your life. And when they pass away, or they graduate, or they stop making content, there's like a deep sense of grief from it. And for one of them who wanted to graduated, there was like in the fan community, there was like essentially there was writing like, we're composing a letter to this person to say like how much they meant to us. And in writing that, I realized, one, when they were streaming with friends and collabing and streaming, it looked like fun. It looked like they're having a fun time and enjoying themselves. And two, their streaming and their work positively impacted me in a time when I needed it. And I said, you know what? It was like a month after that, I was thinking about it. I'm like, it looked like fun. I enjoy playing video games. Let me try streaming. Let me give streaming a try. Because if I, like, in the course of streaming, if I could positively help one person, right? One person throughout my entire, like, because keep in mind, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. That's the main thing for me. I do this because I enjoy it. But if I can help one person and through a tough time or in any way, like, that'll have a higher net positive than my 10 years working in corporate America. And so for me, I'm like, those two reasons why I went into it was, one, it meant something to me when someone else was a VTuber and a streamer, and it looked like fun. And so it's kind of like, those are two reasons I got into it. And I didn't dither, like, knowing my own propensity to like overanalyze and over research things and like make sure things are perfect before getting started. I'm like, no, I'm just going to start. I spent like a week or two thinking about this. And then I'm just like, you know what? I just went for it. I went on Pi Crew. I made a avatar in Pi Crew. I set up a very, very basic ping tuber. I borrowed a microphone from a friend. I used my existing phone as the tracking software. I think I spent like $20. I spent $20, maybe $15, maybe $25. I bought like a background. And that's why I got started. That's why I started about 2 years ago. In fact, my 2-year anniversary is coming up in like 2 weeks. Shit. Is that right? Is that right, self? Dear self, is that correct? That might be correct. And one second, I'm checking this because now I'm deeply curious. Streams, 2024, 25. Yeah, 2-year anniversary. My 2-year anniversary is coming up in like 2 weeks actually for streaming. Oh shit, I should do something about that. Or not. It's fine. And so that's why I started, and that's why I got into it. And as I was doing it, like I iterated. I got different, like changed different setups. I made my own background. I expanded on it. And I realized like I just like enjoyed the whole process of it, from the art style, the character lore, making my own overlays and backgrounds and things. I kind of enjoy all of the mildly scuffed equipment and software you got to like duct tape together to get this thing working. And so that's kind of why I did, kind of why I stuck to it. And I do ask myself, like, am I still enjoying this? And the answer has been yes. But I think I've always enjoyed talking to someone as I'm playing video games. Like, I think it stems from playing single player games with like my brother or like my cousins, where one person's controlling the game on your SNES or your N64, and everyone else is watching for their turn. I think that's where this feeling stems from. And then different phases of like, there's a while there where my partner and I would play video games together. Like I'd be playing a game like Genshin Impact or some other game on the TV, and then she'd be like on her laptop playing like Crusader Kings or like The Sims. Which, quick hot take, Crusader Kings and Sims are the same game. Don't at me, bro. Same game, same audience. If I'm wrong, I'll have to hear a counter argument. And so kind of like that playing a game with somebody feeling, I really like. And so it's just kind of like, I play games I want to play. Chatting is something I kind of did not very often actually at first. I haven't been chatting only streams. Those kind of grown on me over time. And I think what sold me on my chatting streams, I'll be honest, is one friend shared a picture of, she had my stream up on her TV and her cat was just watching me. Her cat Nelly was just watching me, watching my ears move, and that sold me. That sold me on the chatting streams. Also, I'm not gonna lie, and it's gonna be hopefully not controversial take. It's fun having a drink and doing some chatting. Excuse me, have a drink and some chatting. That's all there is to it. It's the enjoyable part of it. But my pen. I don't have Handcam first. I fiddle with my pen when I'm talking, and so then I drop it and I have to like go pick it up. It's almost a fidget spinner-esque sort of doohickey. So that was a long story why I got into it on the classic PhD to Foxboy pipeline. Be wary out there, kids. It's insidious. It's insidious. Also, part of me enjoys the concept that I've gone full circle from like, oh, I got this fancy degree. Oh, I got a doctorate. Oh, I got published scientific articles. And I'm like, now I'm a foxboy on the internet. It brings me a deep joy. I don't know why. It's like for a long time, not a long time, but there's a brief moment where I applied before they became super shitty. I applied for a job at Starbucks because I really, really, really wanted to just say like, oh yeah, I work at Starbucks, and have people assume like, oh, I got my PhD, but then I'm like working at Starbucks. I wanted them to assume I was a barista. I don't know why. I think it's that like mistaken identity trope. It appeals me deeply. That's a long story how I got here, but mostly it's hobby. It's fun. There's a lot. I kind of like indie game dev for the same reason. There's a lot of facets and fiddly bits you can work on. So in that, like I mentioned it, the stream, that seasonality of interest of like, oh, I'm interested in doing this sort of thing, and now I'm interested in kind of like this, developing this skill. I'm interested in this skill over here. VTubing and probably general purpose streaming gives you that opportunity to be like, oh, I want to work on, Blue Sky posts and getting better on interacting on Blue Sky. Oh, I want to work on graphic design and making a new overlay. I want to get better at commissioning artwork and finding artists to work with on projects. Or I want to get better at like the audio side and getting my microphone set up and tuned. Or I want to get better at collabing and that socializing part of it. Or better at the game selection, or better at like chatting topics, or like hand cams. So like a lot of the facets you could work on as your interest in wax and wane over time. And that's definitely a big appeal for me, instead of like a hobby where it's like I'm doing this one thing, right? Like I'm doing woodworking and I'm gonna make end tables. I'm gonna keep making end tables and woodworking. You're just like, doesn't quite appeal to me the same. I like the being able to change in the diversity of like whatever mood strikes you, and while retaining the feeling that you're working towards an overarching objective. That's the part that appeals to me. It's also fun. It's also fun. That's the important part. It's fun. But then your friends enable you and you're just like, oh, I've been saving money and I got this model I got. And I'm thinking about getting a fancier model, but it costs like a couple $1,000s. And your friends are like, how long have you done streaming for? And I'm like, I'm like, get the model. Pay for the model, my guy. Like I spent more on like a mountain bike. You can pay an artist, a real human artist, to make you a fancy model. And I'm like, okay. What else am I gonna use that money for? Think of all the savings I get for not trying to date. Ha! Let's depend on VTubing instead. Ha! So alone. Good question. Honestly, any question that's like talk about yourself. You could ask any VTuber to talk about themselves, any streamer to talk about themselves, and they should probably be on board with it. I also like attention. Something I didn't think I could have sworn 5 years ago, the idea of streaming and VTubing 5 years ago would have horrified me. Would have been an anathema to my core being as a person. In the last 5 years, I'm like, streaming, I'm active. I would have said like I was super against, and not against, but not into any interest in first-person shooter games. I'm like, oh, that's not me. Or like competitive PvP games, like that's not me at all. I'm not gonna like that. Like I don't like that sort of game. I like my single-player strategy games, slow games like Civilization or like RPG games. And then I'm like sitting here playing ranked finals, a sweaty ass FPS game with my friends. I'm just like, you changed, Sanish. You changed. That breakup changed you. That changed you, Fox boy. But I guess that's true of any breakup, right? Right. You grow as a person. You have new opportunities to think about who you are and who you want to be. Hey, 2 people on Twitch. There's more on YouTube. I'm dual streaming Twitch and YouTube, which is my excuse. It's my excuse when the counter low. Let's see. Yeah. 2 people on the old Twitch. What's YouTube at? YouTube's at 3 on YouTube. 5 total. The worst part about dual streaming, so I dual stream because I know some friends have Twitch Premium or whatever the Twitch Premium one is, or you don't get ads, and other friends have the YouTube Premium, so you don't get ads there. And so I stream on both because I know I have friends on both who I don't want people to see advertisements that I'm not getting a cut from. You know, if I was getting a cut from those ads, that'd be different. But the monetization, like, if I stream for 1 person, if I stream for 0 people, fine with me. Again, I enjoy it either way. And this way, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting in my apartment drinking some wine talking to myself. It's like, no, I'm streaming to the internet, and VODs exist, right? VODs exist, everybody. Oh, you get the ads? No, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I get the ads. I see nothing. I see none of that cut. So I mute them, walk away, don't look at those ads. I have no control over those ads, or like when they pop in, when they pop out. I get no notifications about it. It's actually like kind of shitty as a platform. Sorry. Ooh, started coughing there. Like I wish maybe if you hit affiliate on Twitch, you can see more about like when the ad rolls happen, or maybe control over what sort of ads. Because I wonder, I kind of like, are they personalized for you, the viewer? Or are they personalized for me, the content creator? If they're personalized for me, I wonder what you would see on there. Probably, I don't know. Okay, I'm glad they're not that long. I know, like, for me, like, I don't have the... It's only banners. Interesting. Okay, I don't see my own stream, but when I go, I know, like, when I see, like, oh, I have, like, 10 minutes, or if, like, I'm going to cook, if I want to go cook something, and I want to put, like someone on stream while I'm cooking, and I'm like, oh, this person is live on Twitch, and I click it, and it's, like, 2 minutes of ads. I'm just like, oh, come on. At least let me watch, like, a couple minutes before giving me ads, Amazon. Tut. Tut, I say. Tut. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be back in about 60 seconds. Definitely not to get more wine. Definitely wouldn't go get more wine. Who would do such a thing? All right, back. All right. Ha! Made it back. Oh, it's one Twitch viewer there according to this. So the funny part is, like, an OBS has a little, like, a viewer count meter at the bottom here. But I'm pretty confident that it is in no way accurate, because I look at it and then I go to, like, actually go to Twitch, and it's just wrong. The number's just wrong. And I'm like, thanks, bud. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So let's see what else we got going. We got the piano practice. I think realistically, what I just need to do, I think the one thing I've wanted to stream for a while is I've always had kind of interest of, like, streaming game development, like develop a game live on stream with Godot was kind of an idea I've had, and I've always wanted to try it out. Except I can't. My employment contract says I can't. I'm like, no. Also, technically, I forgot I also can't even if I could monetize, I can't monetize these streams. That's great. Forgot about that part. I'm sure that's another reason I don't care about, like, I like seeing numbers go up. Numbers going up. Top 5 sensations, top 5 feelings. Having a number about yourself go up in a positive way. Delightful. Seeing viewer counts go up. Mwah, beautiful. But I can't, like, technically I can't monetize because my company considers it a conflict of interest. Womp womp. And streaming game development is just like, that is right out. Absolutely right out. So there's these things I want to do that I can't because of my job. Stupid job. Getting in my way of all my things. It hit me deeply today because, like, I wanted to do something. I think I wanted to... Oh, I wanted to prep for this stream. And then people started, like, asking me to do things for my job. I'm just like, how dare you? How dare you, sir, ask me to do something at 1 p.m. on a Friday? It is Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. I have stream prep to do. But more realistically, it's usually like, I have to go to the gym. I have to go to the grocery store. I got to do some cleaning and some laundry to get done. Dishes aren't going to do themselves. I love working from home, and I will quit when they make me go back to the office. And everyone here will know I quit, because I'll start streaming during the day. If I start streaming like middle of the day, I'm like, welcome to Stanish's 6-hour long locked in stream for streaming this game he's binging. You'll know that I will have quit, I've been laid off, or I got fired. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to taking a year off work and just, you know, enjoying myself and my hobbies. Because it's so much more satisfying. You know what? I'll predict it. It'll be a 6 months in. If I get unemployed or early retired, or however you want to phrase it, there's a high chance I'll hit a point where I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I do want to try knitting. And all my friends who are in the fiber arts will just be like, got him. Absolutely got him. I can see it happening. I can see it happening. Like, what if I just like knit a little fox beanie for myself? Wouldn't that be fun? And then I get down that rabbit hole, and then I have a closet full of yarn. It seems fun. It seems fun. Just do a handcam knitting stream. I don't know why. I think for me, there's a deep appeal to streaming content, especially handcam content, of things I'm not good at, that I'm just like objectively bad at. And I don't know why. Because the general advice for streaming, for VTubers, or streaming in general, is you're either inherently deeply entertaining and your content doesn't matter, or you stream content that you're very good at. And so I'm sitting here being like, I want to stream content I'm bad at. What that says about me? Let's not think about it. Let's not think about that too deeply. But I really like, and it's definitely not because I bought a handcam setup that I am like, I bought a hammer and everything was like a nail. But doing some sort of like knitting stream or like a puzzle stream. I want to paint my nail stream at some point. As I think about it. But there's another topic. There's something else I want to chat about. What was it? Oh, what am I coming up? Oh, so I'm here on this stream and I'm chatting just fine. No problems, right? So I went in for the laser hair removal treatment. I'm with a new technician. And so far I have 2 data points. And my 2 data points are, this was yesterday, so it's very top of mind to me, by the way. That's why I'm bringing it up several times. Also, it hurt. It hurt, and it still hurts a little bit. Both my technicians have been like middle-aged ladies with 3 to 4 children. 3 to 4 children, which is like, it's weird that it's happened twice. And I always like, is there a certain personality type drawn to this sort of job? I don't know. But so I'm there, and this lady has a laser, and she's inflicting pain upon me as she is lasering my body, and she's chatting. And this is like this feels like a dentist trying to chat at, like a dental hygienist chatting you while they have their hands in your mouth. And I'm just like, I don't want to, like, you are so normie. You're so normie as laser technician lady who probably has that official title. I don't know. But I'm like, she's like, oh, do you have any kids or pets? And I'm like, no, can we just do this in silence? But she's probably bored at her job. So of course she wants to talk to people. Like, I get it. And I'm like, I do not have children. My only pet is a robot vacuum named Scootchan. And then it's like having to make small talk with someone with such fundamentally different lifestyle from myself is so hard. It's so hard. And the only and it's a funny thing because like chatting here with all of you in chat or not in chat, whatever, right? The potential people in chat. like if you're here watching a VTuber stream, I can assume a certain like set of cultural touchstones, or perhaps a certain set of outlooks on life because you are here, right? Like if my mom said, oh, I found myself watching a live stream of a Fox Boy, I would faint. I would faint from the surprise and the shock of it. But talking to someone without those touchstones, it's so hard. It's so hard for me. So I'm kind of like, pop up. What do I talk to this person about? Like no touch. Like I've had this before. I'm like, oh, what? Like she asked what my hobbies are. I'm like, oh, I play video games, and that helped just for a brief moment. And her only response was like, oh, my like cousin played World of Warcraft, and like that was it. That was it. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. We're in it for the long run. We're in it for the long run, Sanish. It's gonna be it's gonna be a long 45 minutes of lasering up and down your body. But we did get a brief moment where she mentioned that she got a bearded dragon as a pet, and I'm like, sweet baby Jesus, I have a touchstone here. And I'm like, my brother had a baby dragon, a bearded dragon. Oh, it's Dragon Appreciation Day, by the way, January 16th. So appreciating dragons in your life. So I will talk briefly about reptiles as pets, but man, it was a struggle. Sometimes I'm like on and this is fine, but when it's a middle-aged lady with 3 to 4 children, I tap out. I gotta tap out of that one. That one's not me. I think part of me always hopes, like, if I could paint my ideal, like, hairstylist or laser hair treatment, or essentially the ideal person who I could talk with and like work with for anything about my body, is I want the queerest person I can find of any type of queer. I don't really care, but I'm like, that's who I want. That's who I want here. Not Norman McNormister with her 3 to 4 children. It's tough out there. It's tough out there. This is my initial problem when I was looking up hair removal treatments, just in general, not strictly laser, but like wax as well, is like so many were very straight focused. Like they were all for straight women. And I'm just like, where's my queer laser hair treatment? Where's my queer waxing salon? Like I want like, I don't know, anything. Like give me laser hair treatment. Like give me a gay man. Give me a lesbian. Give me someone who's non-binary. Give me someone who's trans. Give me someone else who's aro ace. Just anything that's not just like bog standard 3 to 4 children. I can't make small talk with 3 to 4 children. She's like, oh, any plans for the weekend? And I'm like, I don't have any plans for this weekend. You know what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to play a shit ton of the finals with my friends. I'm probably going to play some Cyberpunk 2077. I'm going to probably bake some scones. And I'm going to probably play Genshin Impact. Like, oh, and read Reincarnated as a Slime light novels. Those are my weekend plans, and I have a stream set for Sunday. That's it. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. And I asked, like, I'm like, oh, so what are you doing for your weekend? And she's like, oh, I'm like, we're getting together with some of our cousins, like some of my kids' cousins for a get together. And then we have a kid's birthday party to go to. I'm just like, oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. That's their life. That's their lifestyle. It's kids' events. That's what they do. And I'm like, I can't. I could imagine. I hated children as a child. I could not imagine being around children as an adult. Which is a really, really, really kind of strange thing to say when I find out that viewers like you are 18. I'm like, oh my God, it's children. 18's fine. 18's fine. I think if you're under 18, just lie to me, please. If you're 13, dear Lord, I don't understand. My niece is 14? Dear Lord. I don't want to know. I don't. It comes up twice a year. Twice a year. I remember how young my niece is. When I have to go buy her a Christmas or a birthday gift, I'm like, what do 14-year-old girls want? Hell if I know. Hot Topic gift cards? It's never Hot Topic gift cards. I should just send her an envelope of cash next time. They probably don't want cash. Teens aren't using cash. They're probably using like Venmo or some other like Snapchat Pay or something. I don't know. It's very strange to think about. It's very strange to think about. And that's one of the follies of being a VTuber who is not 20. Like, I feel most VTubers are like, I'm 21 years old and I'm in college. And I'm just like, I could be your father. I could be your father, child. Which itself is a terrifying thought. Especially because historically my family has often had kids when they were 18 or 19 years old. So I'm like, I could be this person's father. Horrifying, horrifying thought. Absolutely terrifying. I couldn't imagine. I'd be the worst. I'd be the absolute worst parent. Not because I wouldn't care, but because I'd be in the camp of tough it up and walk it off. I'd be so negligent. Because that's how I was raised. And you pass on that negligence, and it's great. I'm like, here's your house keys. Here is your cell phone. Here is a bus pass. Enjoy getting to school and back. Here's $5 for lunch. Grown, responsible adult. I know, right? It's like, I could have a child who is an adult right now. The terrifying part of that is that would have to be with my college girlfriend. Oh, if you ever like, sometimes you like think about other life paths you could have taken, and I'm just like, thank God I didn't take that life path. Or other times I'm like, man, shouldn't have had that marriage. Shouldn't have had that marriage. But then you're like, you know what though? It brought me to where I am today, and the people around me who I love today, and to VTubing where I am today. And so, you know what? It was a good learning experience, but it was a moment. So take them as learning lessons. Oh. Seeing some other, especially like on Blue Sky, some other streamers who are like younger, or audience members who are younger. It kills me. It kills me when someone comes in. It's like, I'm 18. I'm like, what? And then you see a screen name where it's like, I saw a 20 for a hot second there. I'm like, oh no, born in 2020. Dear Lord, not like this. Not like this. And everybody's no one is 6 years old. I hope. It's less clear now. It's less clear now with like low numbers and screen names. But it used to be like your screen name, you ended in like whatever 2 digits was the end of your screen name was your birth year. Which isn't so much the thing anymore, I hope. But I'll say it. Being old is pretty great. It's pretty great until age gaps happen and people tell about how you think about it too deeply. Like you find out someone was born after 9/11, you're just like, oh my God, I'm just gonna crawl into my coffin here and die. That's a grim topic. The born after 9/11 part, not the dying part. So, I'm trying to impart my elderly foxboy wisdom onto the youths of today. What are things I wish I would have gotten told when I was younger? Which is honestly a short list. I think it's 2 things. 3 things. One, and I've thought about this at length. Like the old, if you go back in time and tell your young self something, what would you tell them? I would have told my high school age self, I would have said, in 5 years, there's going to be something called Bitcoin. It's going to be 6 cents for Bitcoin. Put every penny you have into Bitcoin and then sell it when it hits $10,000 per Bitcoin. That's advice number one. Obviously, financial advice to game the economic systems. Always the first. If you go back in time to your past self, step one, we learned this we all saw Back to the Future too. You give yourself info on sports betting or the stock market and you cash in. You cash in early and you get out at the right time. That's piece of advice number one. Piece of advice number two is it would have been great if someone said, hey, young Sanish, you are aromantic and A-spec. Those things exist. Here's what they mean. That explains so much. Good luck, kid. Tip number two. Because when I was in high school, the only options were you were straight or you were gay, and that was it. There were no other options. No one told you anything else. Terrifying time. Terrifying time. Don't go back in time and go to school in the 90s or the early 2000s. I don't recommend it. 3 out of 10 experience. Third piece of advice. Probably would have been be genuine, embrace your hobbies no matter what they are, and then you'll find people who are like-minded and who like you for you are. You don't need to impress normies. Tip number three. Tip number four, don't go on the bike ride that broke your teeth in half and almost killed you. Tip 5, don't get in that marriage. Tip 6, those are kind of the big ones. Those are the big ones. The big tips for myself. Financial tips. So I don't have to work. So I can just get rich quick and then not have to work. Oh, tip 6, get into ground floor of VTubing. Get into VTubing in like 2019 and make it big. Make it big, kid. You can do this. Oh, I got another one. Roll back. Tip 7. I dressed like shit in high school. Absolute trash tier outfits and like, what was I wearing? My God, it was awful. There are a few things that make me viscerally cringe and think about what I wore and like my personal style in high school and early college. Oh, awful. I just want to get back there, shake my younger version of myself and dress me better. I don't dress great now, but my God, I dress better than I did back then. I would have been like, look, kid, we're going to take you to Hot Topic. We're going to take you to Japantown, San Francisco. We're going to buy you a bunch of anime merch t-shirts. We're going to buy you some better fitting pants, goddammit. Some cleaner, nicer sneakers. We're going to fix your haircut, my God. And just lean into it. You're going to wear jeans. You're going to wear tight, skinny jeans. Probably black skinny jeans. You're going to wear anime t-shirts. And we're going to fix that hairstyle. Like, those are the tips. That would have been an improvement for me. That would have been a miles, leagues better improvement. You're going to join an anime club. You're going to make nerdy friends. You're not going to drop anime as a hobby as 5 years because you're embarrassed by it, because you got bullied a little bit. Ha ha! Fun times. You're going to learn, get into some D&D groups. Oh, I had so many good advice. You're going to get into board games because about 2013, board games became popular. God, I had such good advice. I had such good advice for myself. I should be a mentor to young me. Step 1, vet time machine. But that's because life was shitty and the parts of life were shitty back then. So that was me. Advice to young Sanish. Young, poor, innocent Sanish. A younger time, more innocent time. This is why I'm always happy when I look back and I'm like, my best version of myself is today. My best life is now. Like, am I nostalgic for parts of my past? Yes. Is it nostalgic because it was better? Absolutely not. It was a fun time, but not better. Like, graduate school was moments of it. a fun time. Was overall better? I worked a lot, I worked long hours. My life is consumed by school and research, but drinking at dive bars and getting drunk with friends at house parties, fun time. Fun time. Enjoyed that part. Getting hangover brunch the next day, wonderful. Wonderful. Loved it. Everything else about it, sharing a house with 3 other people, that bit, that part, getting into a problematic codependent relationship, that part, less good. That part, less good. The fun times. And so the lesson I'm taking forward from that, and that's the key. If you're looking back at your past, if you're in your teens, if you're in your 20s, you probably don't have as much of this built up. Once you hit 35 and later, or early 30s even, if you look back to part of your past and you're nostalgic for any bit of it, my advice to you, ask what it was you're nostalgic for and ask, how can I recreate that today? So I'm like, oh man, I really enjoyed like going to the bars with my friends and like hanging out and like, how can I recreate that? And I'm like, Sanish, convince all your friends to come to where you live to do a cocktail bar crawl with espresso martinis. And then you, because you coordinated it, can just stumble on home without driving. Problem solved. Like, do you enjoy playing board games? Schedule some board games. Do you enjoy Dungeons and Dragons? Schedule Dungeons and Dragons. Play video games with your friends. Set up those things you want to do because you're an adult and you don't have 3 to 4 children. So you are free to do whatever you want. I will say, not having kids, not having pets, having, honestly, effectively, 0 obligations. Delightful. I'm living my best Fraser Crane life in Seattle. All I need is like if only my condo had a view of the Space Needle, I would be set. I got my vinyl record player. I got my wine and my fancy bourbons. I got my all the dumb things I spent my money on. I got my animes and my mangas. Good times. Essentially, I'm happy and living my best life. Past me could not say that. And that is definitely not this second glass of wine talking. Ha ha ha! Who would do such a thing? Who would do such a thing? And of course, one day, I'll build up the cringe and the bravery, and I'll do a karaoke stream. That is definitely on my to-do list for the year, is a karaoke stream of some sort. Which this is a fair warning. If you are my friend and you've been to karaoke with me, you already know this fact. I cannot sing. It is not in my repertoire. It is not in my abilities or talents as an individual. I cannot sing. And part of me is like, one, why not do a karaoke stream and see how it goes? Maybe people will like it. And be like, look at this poor fox boy croaking out into his microphone awfully, causing all of our ears absolute pain. I'll lose subscribers, viewer count will drop to 0. It'd be terrible. Or it's actually better than I think and people enjoy it. Doubtful, but possible. Which brings up the second point, which I forgot about until now. And I am writing this down in my notebook for this weekend. We'll say today is the 16th. So I'm for the 18th. I have a friend's birthday karaoke coming up, and I promised in their birthday karaoke that I would add karaoke rabbit hole with them. And I told myself, I made this promise like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, yeah, man, I can talk fast enough. I can talk fast enough for this. And I could probably do rabbit hole with the lyrics on the screen. However, I have practiced 0%. And that's in 2 weeks. So I need to practice me some rabbit hole. Because it came on it came on in the shower today when I was showering, and I'm like trying to sing it, and I'm like, I don't have the lyrics memorized. And some songs you can get by without memorizing lyrics and you can like read them as you're karaokeing. Not Rabbit Hole, man. Fast songs, I need to have it memorized to do fast songs. Otherwise, you hit like that chorus, like if it gets a feel, something, 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 something. I'm just like, you lose it, and it's gone. You lose it, and it's gone. And so I need to, actually, let me write that down, What I really need to do, so my friends and I do karaoke about once every month or two. And so every time I make a playlist in Spotify for karaoke songs. And for each karaoke event, I make that playlist and I refine it. And so I can look at it in the karaoke booth to pick songs. I need to pull from that to make if I karaokeed on stream, what songs would I do, right? Not to mention the whole problem of like, how did you copyright? How do you do licensing and archiving? What software do you actually use to do karaoke? Will my neighbors murder me if I do karaoke? Haha. But Rabbit Hole's on there. I really want to do Minimum Rage as well as a karaoke song, but I've not found a karaoke version of it. And I don't like karaoke when the original vocals are there. For some reason, it feels like singing along or lip syncing, which feels different to me at the karaoke. But it also helps for some songs when you don't know when like the anchoring start note is, which is my big problem. My big problem is that first start note. The two I need to practice are Rabbit Hole and Drunken Lullabies by Flogging Molly are my two like practice songs. Not Drunken Lullaby, sorry. Devil's Dance Floor. I want to do Devil's Dance Floor and Rabbit Hole. I have a weird mix of the songs I want to sing are like Vocaloid, Baby No Money, Celtic Punk / Sea Shanties, and that's it. Like those are the songs I want to sing. I'm like, this is a weird mix, my guy. This is a weird mix, but it's my mix. Oh, and emo like My Chemical Romance. Some songs in that genre. Flowbots and like your 21 Pilots, which I'm not sure what genre that would fully be in, but it's a weird spread. I will say the Celtic Punk Sea Shanty feels like the outlier there. Something about the like 21 Pilots Tato Vocaloid feels like somehow that feels fine, and Baby No Money that feels fine, or the Celtic Punk. It's definitely different facet of me. But I want to incorporate more of those. Even my friends don't. We put general guidelines in place, like in our group karaoke, pick songs that more than just you know. And I'm like, but I don't want to sing Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys. I want to sing I don't want to sing Arctic Monkeys. That's hard as shit. I'm like, I want to sing Gaelic Storm. I want to sing these other bands, Real Big Fish. But I'm like, none of my friends know it. That's my problem. I have one friend who's also a big Flogging Molly fan. But A, he's not in this friend group. B, he's currently in Serbia. So kind of right out. Do I wonder? I do wonder if my second. I only have two friend groups. If I'll call my married friend group. It's all men in their 30s who are married, so I'll call it my married friend group. I know they've done karaoke. Maybe I should propose we should all do karaoke together, that group. Could be fun. If they bring their wives. Their wives, honestly, it's hard to say when like your friends are great and you love your friends, but their spouses are also great. And you're like, do I want to hang out with them for karaoke or do I want to hang out with their spouses for karaoke? Down. Sometimes they watch this stream, so if one of you are watching this stream, oh shit, y'all have ADHD. You're not gonna remember this. Karaoke stream. Connor. The one who might be watching this, he's not gonna remember. That'd be fun. I'll propose it for them. I like coordinating and scheduling events with friends. That's probably my biggest surprise of the last 3 years, is learning how much I enjoy scheduling social events with friends. I am terrible. I am awful. I am the worst at spontaneous, like doing things spontaneously, which my ex-wife would complain with nonstop all the time. She was very spontaneous, like no plans, let's do things last minute. And I was like, I would like to schedule 6 months out in advance. Thank you very much. So I've accepted that if I want to see something in the world, I will schedule it and do it myself and be proactive about it, and rustle up 20 people to do a corn maze, or get like 8 people to join me to do a wine country taste testing, or get a bunch of people to wear maid outfits at SoccerCon with me. The challenge is like when the risk of merging friend groups is always a deep concern. I have one friend who seems okay. He came to a Halloween party and at the merging of friend groups he seems to do fine. I'll see about the others. I have merging another friend group. I have so my single male friend, not single. I'm the single friend. My married male friend group. It's my D&D group. My finals group. They've been on stream a couple times. I'm introducing not our current D&D campaign, which is Curse of Strahd. Then one of them's DMing a one-shot called Dinosaur Island. Then I'm doing a chasing adventures-based collaborative world-building campaign. I'm inviting 2 friends from the other friend group into this friend group, into this D&D group. So I'm doing like a deep mixing of friend groups, and I'm both excited and terrified. I'm excited that it might go great because I think it's gonna go great, but I'm also like, man, merging friend groups, high risk, potentially high reward. But another problem is switching the social dynamics of a D&D game from 4 guys to 4 guys, 2 women is a shift. It's going to be, well, I don't know if it's going to be a shift. I am saying we have made some content among ourselves that is questionable at best. And so we'll adding in 2 additional people to that. I think it will go fine. I think it will go great, or it will implode and I will feel terrible. Either way, it's gonna be a good time. Like, you can only make so many jokes about jorking it and trying to pick up and seduce NPCs and questioning how does it even work if you're a bird person with a cloaca. These topics come up in Dungeons and Dragons, and you got to address them, and you have to hope the people you add to your group are on board for addressing these very, very, very important questions. It's that weird dichotomy of like, I've seen this in ace discussions and arrow ace groups before, of like, you have someone who's ace, and they're like, they themselves are ace and they don't want to talk about it, but then like the content they consume is like the most depraved sexual content out there. And it's like, when it's a fantasy, when it's like divorced from yourself as a person, you're like, oh, let me gobble this up. This is fantastic. Give me that smutty fanfic. Nom, 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 nom. It's like, as long as it doesn't apply to me as a person, fantastic, wonderful. And I realized the other day when I was listening to some songs that were quite explicit and like not songs you'd share with your mother. And I'm like, I like these songs a lot. As long as it doesn't apply, like, as long as it's not about me directly, I like these, like, this is great. This is great stuff. And I feel the way about D&D and tabletop gaming is like, if I identify with my character as me, like this character is me, absolutely, like the idea of any sort of like getting hit on sex content, makes me extremely, I left a campaign after 1 session because of this. Makes me deeply uncomfortable. I did 1 Vampire the Masquerade campaign. I did 1 session and I just felt like so uncomfortable from it that I dropped out of that campaign. I never talked to those people again. But if I'm a DM and it's an NPC, let's do this. Let's role play this interaction. You want to roll to seduce this character? Well, buddy, let's see how it goes for you, my friend. Let's do a constitution check to see how it went. Good times. So, how did I get here? How did I get here? Because I need like take notes as I'm talking. Like, you are now talking about this thing. Be careful about this other thing. But it's exciting. It's exciting. Let's see if I can show it. Let's see if I can show it. I've been spending a lot of time, and it's on my to-do list of. Oh, my password. Doesn't matter. I've set up a tabletop, a virtual tabletop for this campaign. Now, like, this campaign is not starting in like 3 months until like for like 3 months, right? Not until April. Oh, I was talking about scheduling events, and this wine is hitting me hard, by the way. No regrets. This gets scattered. There's no more cohesion's lost. Cohesion's lost. Scheduling events for things you like. That's what I wanted to say. This campaign's not starting for 4 months, but I'm getting excited for it. I have all my... I was gonna say, it's on my to-do list. I'm like, it's actually not written down. I'm just gonna write slightly tipsy wine notes to myself. So I'm like, on Monday the 19th, I'm gonna scrawl something in my notebook that says set up campaign narrative. My handwriting's not very good. So Monday morning, I'm gonna come downstairs. I'm gonna look at my little notebook. I'm gonna be like, what the shit did I just write? I can read setup. I can't read the word campaign. I can't read the word narrative. So good luck to me. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I wrote that Monday. I need to set my campaign narrative to get with my players, and I need to start setting up assets for running this. And on Saturday, I'm so excited for Saturday. Aside from getting a new battery for my poor maligned car, my Freerin scale figure is getting delivered. I'm very excited about. I ordered this Freerin scale figure in 2024, and it's now arriving. It's arriving via UPS, not some shitty ass last mile carrier like Uni Express or something. This is with UPS, a real mail carrier who can deliver to buildings. What a delight! I mean, you know, put that on there. It's better, more accurate representation of the current state. And also, I'm getting my Chasing Adventures printed version being delivered. So I'm trying to limit my excuses for prepping for this campaign. Because I know at least I know it for a fact. I'll have 5 players, 3 guys who I'm currently playing with. One's a DM, and the 2 women I'm introducing to this campaign. I know for a fact that these 2 women will both want at least a month or 2 to develop their characters, their OCs, create the backstory, work with like homebrewing the rules and all that. I know that one of my friends will likely want to spend some time thinking of his character and developing it. I know my other 2 aren't going to develop their goddamn character until the first goddamn day before session 0. And you know how I know this? You know how I know this? Because they've told me. They said, I'm not going to think about my character until the day before. And I'm like, if you did not have a track record of making super interesting characters that have narrative hooks, that have voices, that you roleplay really well, I would be upset. But because you have these things, I trust you. I trust you will come in hot with some wacky ass character who's going to start off as some goofball that's going to become the beloved core of this party until they die in 8 months. I'm going to roll a new one. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. He's going to be like, this is Jelly Bob, and his goal in life is to make the world's finest custard, but he's a barbarian, and he gets mad when he can't find the right socks. And Jelly Bob is going to be the main driver for this campaign until Jelly Bob dies falling into a lava pit thinking it's custard. And then we're gonna get Jelly Boar. His psychic telepathic cat is gonna be this next follow-up character. I wish I was wrong. I wish I was wrong. I'm not gonna wrong. I am both excited to DM again, but also terrified. I'm terrified. You know why I'm terrified? Let me read to you in exchange. Let me read you to Discord. Oh, I got so many chat Discord messages. My God. Here is a Discord exchange from earlier today. At Sanish. Hypothetically collaborative world building. Would I need to roll to manifest one or several quote unquote Fey baddies? And same question for people able to pull a Fey baddie. Also, would I be able to world build level of thickness of said Fey baddies? That was the message I got sent today. So how do you collaboratively world build Fey baddies, and whether or not his character can pull a Fey baddie? I'm cooked. I'm cooked, chat. I'm cooked. What roll table do you come up with for a player able to pull or not pull Fey baddies? And what does that mean? What does that mean for his character? I know it's because like last one campaign, he played a bard on Rumspringa, a virgin bard on Rumspringa looking for a good time, who then died and became a vampire. I think what we landed on is that generally speaking, it depends on his character and the world building up to that point, such as what species exist in the world? Who do they see around them to think about as the Fey baddie? What motivated them to find said baddies? Were they just like, I'm in my podunk town and there's no baddies in this town. I hear Westport is chock full of these adventurous frontier baddies. Or it's like he's raw dogging, standing up in a tavern with some pickup lines. That's what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. It's like roll to find a baddie. Come on, man. Come on, man. I need some more than that. And how thick are they going to be? This is what I'm gonna have to role play. This is what I'm gonna have to role play. It's what I have to deal with. It's gonna be fine. I love my friends. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. There's also a request for and this is on me. On the hypothetical world building, I said hypothetically we could have a Sonic Yowie hallucination one shot built in, and now that is apparently locked in as on the docket is a Sonic Yowie, which I've gotten at least 2 people on board for. What have I done? What have I done? This is what I get for doing collaborative world building from some very creative individuals and some people who are on AO3. This is on me. What have I done? Oh, the Sonic Yowie suggestion or the Fey baddie suggestion? If it's a Sonic Yowie suggestion, it's the some hallucination or world building in the game that's set in an alternate universe, the Sonic alternate universe, where Sonic, well, presumably Sonic and Knuckles, but it could be Sonic and anybody, are in a romantic gay relationship, perhaps with one of the player characters, and then working out what that means as a campaign story to work through. Is it through a hallucination that they're doing? Are they transported due to a Fey curse? Because my friend tried to seduce a Fey baddie, and that Fey baddie's like, oh, you're going to the Fey Wilds now, loser. And there's a Sonic Yowie situation based in there. How much Mpreg is there? Also a good question we have to answer as a group. This is a collaborative world building. We'll work it together. I'm pretty sure only 2.5 of my players know what Mpreg is, so we're gonna see how we're gonna work that one into the whole storyline. I know one is a father figure in our current campaign, and he has a demon baby he raised from a jar, and this is the gentlest, kindest man I've encountered in my life, who he is taller, and not just because he's taller than me, partly because he's taller than me, and I'm just like, when someone's taller than me, it's like it's a different vibe, you know? And like, I get someone's taller than you, how it makes you feel. Kindest man in the world. But if someone like in D&D, even in our campaign, nicest, kindest person, the minute someone has threatened his child in this Dungeons and Dragons campaign, he has switched from the kindest person I know to like, I will rip your head off and shit down your throat levels aggression. Like, it is like a switch that gets triggered in this man's brain between being kind and gentle to like, you have threatened my child and now I will murder you. I will hunt down your family, kill all of them, and make sure you are extinct from this world. Only when his child has been threatened in our D&D campaign. So, to that end, Sonic Yaoi Emprak's not off the table. This is a collaborative world building. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I have an idea. I'm going to be running my players through an isekai, a generic isekai fantasy adventure, where only one of them, I think, maybe one and a half, knows what an isekai is. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. If you're ever running a tabletop game, if you're pulling from a genre that your players do not know, they will think you are the most creative, smartest person in the world. And you're like, you idiots. I'm just running off the latest isekai trash anime and boiling that down into a fantasy adventure for you. And you guys are eating this up. You're eating it up. I know why they're eating it up, because it's fun. They're eating up to our fun. We're here for a good time. We're here for a sloppy time. We're here to do some questionable things that should never be streamed. Otherwise, we'd lose our jobs. Probably not that direction. But like, it's an excuse to hang out with your friends. It's an excuse to hang out with your friends, do some role playing. I will say, one of my past campaigns did get probably a bit more homoerotic than I expected, if I'm being honest. It was a direction I did not expect to happen, but I think it gave a safe space for a couple straight men to just try that a little bit. Try out a little homoerotic behavior, see how it feels. And this is where I firmly believe D&D as a safe place to explore. D&D standing as a stand for any tabletop game. As a stand-in, as a safe place to explore parts of your identity. 10 out of 10. You don't need therapy. Just role play your mother in a D&D campaign. Problem solved. Problem solved. I had my ex. She role played as an old woman to get over her fear of aging. My other characters are presumably working something out because they're going through a lot with these characters. Hopefully they're getting something out of it. We had this idea. Sometimes you have an idea and you're like, this is chef's kiss. This idea, we're going to stick this landing. We're going to quit our jobs in tech and we're going to find deep, soul-satisfying fulfillment. Run family therapy as D&D one-shots. That was the business idea. It's kind of like the old talking through a puppet or a sock puppet, but through a D&D campaign, because you have conflict resolution, you have interpersonal dynamics, you have coming together to how do you plan to work things. You have all these problems with the characters and everything, and just work through it with your family, with a guided therapist, and we're like, that's it. We've hit it. We're going to make it big. Then I looked it up, and some people have tried this idea before, and that failed, and the market's not there. Basic market research tanking another great idea. Bah. But another conclusion. I've had luck. I've done D&D for a while now. Another hot take for me personally. My personal hot take: Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder. I've done Pathfinder. Powered by the Apocalypse games are only truly, genuinely fun if you're playing them with friends. Playing them with random people to make friends. When I've done that, meh. That could just be me. I'm probably more on the demi side of the A spectrum, but I'm also probably demi-platonic or something like that, where it takes me a while to warm up to somebody, to open up to them, to become their friend and have that connection. And so trying to do that through RPG, online game, it doesn't work. I used board games as a social crutch for a while, And looking back on it, at the time I needed them as a social crutch, but now I've hit the point where like making connections and talking to people, I've built those skills up, so I don't need that crutch of like a board game to like facilitate that connection. But man, there was a time 5 years ago where I needed those crutches. Woof, woof. That deep challenge of like, how do you make friends as an adult? What a perilous topic. What a perilous topic to address. My ear cuts over here. But I'm excited for the D&D campaign. I need to work on it this weekend. It's on my to-do list. It's going to be vibes based. It's going to be goof based. It's going to be like, if we never encounter combat, this will be a successful campaign. But I want to run them through an isekai. I asked them to make 2 characters. Who were they in the modern world? How did they die? And who did they get reincarnated at in this fantasy world? It's going to be great. It's going to be great fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. I get to do voices. I love doing voices. I love doing voices without committing to them. The problem is when I didn't commit to a voice and the player then say, oh, Scramshax is our favorite NPC. And I'm like, oh, what was Scramshax's voice? I'm going to do Scramshax voice the whole time. But it's fun practice. It's fun. I enjoy it. I surprisingly enjoy it. I wouldn't have expected it. This is one of those things you try out and you're like, oh, it's actually like, I like this a lot. I like facilitating things and social events with friends. I think that's what it comes down to. Which is a weird thing for someone who is like, I'm a self-professed hardcore. I'm still a hardcore introvert. Once a week. Give me once a week, maybe twice a week. Because most of my friends, the single guys, not single guys, God, I'm the one. The married guys I play with, they are a friend group that does not take social energy. So that's always nice. So I can always like hop in and play video games with them for a long time without like concern. In person, I'm limited by the fact that they have pets and I'm allergic to their pets. So I got like a 4-hour cap before my eyes start to turn red and they get all itchy because I'm like, my guy, you have a Persian Himalayan cat who has such long hair. You're a dungeon crawler, Carl Incarnate. Stop. That was a weird tangent. That was a weird wine-induced tangent. I'm probably going to wrap things up here. I need to eat food. 1. 2, I promise I'll play some finals after this. Do that. If there's any hot topic, unless there's any hot questions, burning questions you want to ask right now at peak Sanish wine levels, which is reasonable. Yesterday's notes. Let's double check my notes real quick. That's all fine. That's all fine. I have a Japan trip I need to plan. I had a friend, she agreed to go to Japan with me. I'm super excited, but I need to I am trying my best to not be overwhelmingly excited about planning and just be a rising tsunami of spreadsheets and links and considerations and questions. And I'm so excited. I gotta hold it. I don't want to overwhelm her and make her go maybe I don't want to go to Japan with you, you know? I'll talk about it more as it unfolds. This is a redux of my canceled Japan trip in November. I'm kind of repurposing it, but with a friend instead of solo. Mostly it for this. I will not be having a chatting stream next week. Because that's next week, right? My friend, who I'm going to do Japan through, who we also have a fake Discord relationship, and someone has accused us of having playing a deranged game of relationship chicken. I am her +1 to her work holiday party, where I went out and I bought a suit to go to this holiday party, but that is Friday, and I am looking forward to it a lot. To be her +1 platonic date to this party, 100% platonic date. But my job is to be completely platonic, but jump scare her by using her government name, which I have never used her government name in almost over 2 years of knowing her. And I know she's not watching the stream because she's in New York with her friends right now, but I'm going to jump scare her with her platonic name at the start of this me showing up in a suit for this work date. Oh, I got it all planned out. It's gonna be great. I'm ready to be pleased as punch from this. My goal is to be introduced as her friend, completely platonic, because it was completely platonic, like legitimately is platonic. But my goal is to make her coworkers think that we're dating. That's my goal coming out of this holiday party. But that is next Friday. So there will not be a chatting stream next Friday. I might do also the subsequent Friday I'm busy. I might do a chatting stream on next Sunday instead at 7 p.m. is probably what I'll probably do. To have a concert on that Saturday. Yeah. That's a good plan. It's a good plan. So I'll probably wrap things up there. Oh man, I forgot this holiday party. I'm so excited. I'll be trying to do ad hoc Handcam piano practice streams for realsies tomorrow at some point during the day, probably around 3 p.m.-ish in the afternoon, post coffee. And I'll continue those daily 30-minute piano practice streams. My next big long stream is going to be Sunday at 7 p.m. in the evening Pacific time, not in the morning as I've done before. I'm not sure I like the morning streams, if I'm being honest. I'm going to try to push them to try evening to see how that feels on Sunday evening. My voice is going out. But that'll be the next stream along with the daily piano practice streams. And then I might stream Monday. I have Monday off. We'll see. I might use it to catch up on all these hobbies I've said, like do the actual world building I need for my D&D campaign. Cook food so you don't die. Go to the gym, I guess. I didn't go to the gym today. I was supposed to. Teehee. But let's wrap this up. Let me eat some burrito bowl for dinner. Let me go then play some finals with friends. So thank you all, Zolasul, Cryptochich, and Scaloni, and Saramuki, for joining today in this chatting stream. Appreciate you all being here. I appreciate it for the follows, likes, subscribes. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, please don't tell me. Once again, I'm Sanish. Long space, not my last name, but just part of my screen name, VTuber. On Twitch and YouTube, your elder millennial foxboy, here to stream because I'm enjoying it. Because it's a fun time. Like, subscribe, clip, share. Try to explain to your extended family members who don't know anything about it what a foxboy VTuber is. Always a fun exercise. Always recommend it. And I'll catch everybody next time I stream. Have a great Friday. Good night. And bye-bye, everybody.